How do I even start this? Honestly speaking, I'm at a crossroad in my career. I think it's already 2 years. 2 years. 2 years since I made that video about QA lead and what does a QA lead do. And to be honest, I'm bored. Not necessarily bored in a way that I don't like what I do. I mean, I like what I do, but I want to go further. So for that reason, that's why the title of this video is What's Next? Because I've been a QA lead for 7 or 8 years already. I mean, the QA, let's say, IT industry, working since almost 15 years, 14 and a half years. Jesus, it's a long time if you stay to to think about it. And since we are again in September, almost October right now, and it is pretty cold outside, 10 degrees Celsius, and I started the fireplace because, you know, I like to stay warm, really warm, and also because I'm not moving a lot. I'm staying at my desk around 8-9 hours a day, or even 10 sometimes. I get cold. So for that reason, I like to also listen to wood cracking, let's say, which is a really nice sound. Okay, but let's get to the point of the video. Why? And what is next? You know that feeling when you're doing something for a really long period of time and you feel like you haven't evolved? So this is me right now. I feel like I haven't evolved in some time and I want to go next level. So what's next level for a QA lead? Because that's the whole point of the video. So let's get into it without wasting so much time. Because I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to present you my situation and possibly help you understand and better provide some infos that you might need. So you are a QA lead, right? You want to evolve. What's next? I'm gonna take this from my perspective. So there might be some different opinions and some different positions, maybe, but most of it's about, let's say, 90% it's the same. So if you're a QA lead, next would be, if you want to go, let's say, product, then you should go in the direction of Scrum Master or Project Manager. So we have here Scrum Master and Project Manager. Next, what would be next? Well, it depends, because it depends. Do you like to work with people, or are you a really technical person? Because you could be a team lead and decide at some point that you want to go full technical. So for that reason, we have here option number 2, which is technical coordinator, which involves a lot of actual, I don't know, in that case you could go on automation, or eventually you could go a lot technical without having to do the one-on-one with people, without mentoring people, coaching, and so on. And third, but not least important, it depends. This also depends from company to company, but there are some positions in some company, like we have this community lead position where you're sort of, let's say, you're helping spread the knowledge, you're also organizing events, you're also doing workshops and helping other people. But it depends on the company and also there's one more which is number 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is number 4. Okay, for number 4 we have QA manager, which is also a different position if you take into consideration, because QA manager is sort of a mix-up between QA lead and technical coordinator, and not PM, but it's a mix-up of all together. So from my point of view, I know what I want to do. So I'm gonna not show you, but tell you about my reasons and why I'm I'm going this path, because maybe this is for you, maybe not. For me, I gotta tell you, I just got a feedback. So I had my annual appraisal meeting or anniversary or whatever it is called in your company. You know, you have one review per year or appraisal, or how do you want to call it, that talk once a year or even often, depends on the company you are in, when you have to set some objectives for next year, because I want to go further. So for that reason, I am trying right now. I'm working for a client. Of course, this is all confidential and I cannot give you more details about what does that client do. But as I mentioned in the previous videos, we are working safe agile, and we are growing a lot. I mean, this client has been in the company for about 2 years right now, and we went from 3 teams to 6 teams. We are now 7. We are bringing team number 7. We are growing a lot. So I'm trying to see if it's possible for me to get to approve a position as a QA manager from this client, because a QA manager position, you have to understand, does not apply to, let's say, 10 people. If you have 10 QAs on that project, it doesn't really make sense to have a QA manager, right? Right. Okay. So in our case, we have about 30 people right now, and we're bringing even more and more. So it kind of makes sense to have everything aligned in regards to quality, processes, I don't know, you name it. There are a lot of things which I cannot tell you right now, and I'm getting hot in here. Jesus, I'm way too close to the fireplace, but I really love this this scenery, let's say. Yeah. So what's next? Because I asked you what's next, and I've already told you from my perspective. First, I want to try the QA manager thing. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if it's possible. Let's see where it will be possible. And second, if it doesn't work for me, or if it's something different that I expected, well, there are other options. There are still, for me personally, my fallback is project management, because I've always liked, it's somehow similar to QA lead position. If you're asking me from my point of view, you're always, let's say, like a proxy between the client and the actual team, and you also have to I don't know, be the fireman, let's say, the fire brigade in your team, but also you have to be the medic and so on. And I've enjoyed all these type of activities that lead to this position. Now I want to tell you something, because you gotta understand one thing, and this is really important. It's okay for you to do something that you like for a big period of time and continue to love what you do and keep doing that for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 years. What I'm doing, it doesn't mean that I don't like what I do. I like what I do, but I want to go further. And let me point out one thing why I can't stop here. It's not stopping here, but you got it. It's like a crossroad in my career. So right now I have to fill a weekly QA report every day, every weekly QA report every week. Of course, one day of the week I have to do a weekly QA report. And that report was really basic. For example, we had to add the number of open bugs in this sprint, number of active bugs, number of closed bugs, and number of whatever, these bugs, test cases, tasks, user story, you name it. A lot of data that you have to pick manually and put it in a document in an Excel and calculate some formulas. And yes, and I have to do that every week, once a week. But since I cannot stop thinking about how do I get rid of, let's say, such a nice task, I've done the following. For example, last night I couldn't sleep. For some days, let's say, I like to stay, read some news late in the day, and also, I don't know, browse the internet for something. I don't know, you name it. And yesterday I had an idea. How can I read? I can now get rid of this particular task. So what I did, because we are using Safe, and we are using Safe as development methodology, and also we are using Azure DevOps as tools. Of course, all the data that I have to collect for that weekly QA report is in a format. I mean, all the data is provided via queries from ADO. ADO meaning Azure DevOps. So what did I do? Well, ADO also has dashboards, and dashboards also have queries, and you can integrate dashboard and queries. Of course, I created a new dashboard with all the data that is being collected manually, and I've added everything in really nice. Of course, it took some time to create all the queries and all the data to be structured together, but it looks amazing. And one big thing is, it's not how it looks, but it's more important to understand that I don't have to do that every week from now on. From now on, I can just go to that dashboard and see all the data that I need, and I can just put a, let's say, screenshot of that data, and I'm out. But that's me. It doesn't mean this does not apply to you. I mean, you get it. You get it. It's really hard for me to explain because I'm at a crossroad. And yeah, this was my story. Now let's see what will come. I will of course follow up in a next video, but I want to know your opinion. What do you think you can do after being a QA lead? What's the next position you would go? You would choose, or you would evolve, let's say. What's next for you? Thank you for watching, and let's also not forget about this amazing fireplace. Damn, love the view. See you in the next one. Bye.